Here we are live at the Santa Monica track. Doug Fisher.
Y'all?
Doug Fisher, what do you have on? Okay.
All right. Okay. First of all,
right.
head to toe, right? HBO, because last night they televised
3.
Superfly 3.
Yeah.
I've got the Canelo Golovkin from September 2017 because we are just 6 days away from the great rematch / grudge match.
Wait, before you go down,
Yeah.
is that the biggest fight in boxing right now?
Absolutely.
And
There's no bigger fight.
That's what the fans
Las
are looking
Vegas is
forward
going to
to.
be the place to be this week, and every day that goes by, the anticipation and excitement is going to build. The weigh-in, which is going to be inside T-Mobile Arena
T-Mobile,
on Friday,
that's right, yeah.
that's going to be insane. That environment's going to trump most World Championship prize fights. But Saturday night, it's going to be off the
So we
hook.
start with Grand Arrivals. Both guys
Tuesday
at the
MGM Grand.
Yeah. Chuck
Watch the stream, everybody, on ringtv.com.
Are you going to be there, Doug?
Absolutely. I'll be doing the call with
So,
Beto
yeah.
Duran and Jessica Rosales and Cynthia Conte.
And Cynthia and the lovely.
What a dream
Cynthia
team!
Conte.
The lovely Jessica Rosales and
And
Cynthia
Cynthia
Conte.
Conte.
Wow,
Cynthia.
double whammy,
Double
everybody.
whammy. You
Yeah.
got good company. You got
Absolutely.
good company
Cynthia
there.
was
They're
great.
actually going to make you look good, Doug.
No, don't make me look bad. Maybe everybody be like, get that goofball off the camera and get back to the ladies. But a quick shout out to Showtime.
Oh, yeah, don't forget Showtime.
I haven't watched the
Showtime
fight
had the,
last night, but they had Sean Porter,
Sean
Danny
Porter
Garcia.
won a decision over Danny Garcia.
Porter, congratulations to
And
Sean Porter.
Adam Kanaki won a decision.
I heard that was a good fight. Prince Charles Martin.
Prince Charles, yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, he's a weird guy.
Prince Charles? Is he?
Yeah.
And
What
Coach
makes him
Dave,
weird?
Coach
He's
Dave
just
is here.
weird. Hey, and Cynthia was so good last night. I know she got thrown into that thing.
That was a
Never
little
done it
impromptu.
She was, yeah, but
Yeah, that was her first time commentating.
no, but she
And
was,
she didn't know she
Oh,
was going to do it.
commentating? I didn't know she was commentating.
She was sitting there with Steve and I.
She was,
Okay.
Yeah.
she was
Nice.
very good, except her math is as bad as yours, Doug.
Yeah,
You know,
that's why I just do rounds. I don't try to
did-
give the point titles.
I did read
right?
on Twitter that she was the most knowledgeable of all the commentators.
Well, that's
last night.
true. I'll give
Or
that
at
up.
least the most entertaining.
Real quick, JP, the Fight Ghost, can't be with us today because it's crunch time at
Wait,
his
let
job.
me
He's
introduce,
in Burbank.
Nick, and then
Yeah.
Nick can take over.
Absolutely.
Nick, all the way from Japan. You
Nice
came
to
in
meet
to watch Ioka last night.
Saw Ioka last night. Really good performance out of retirement. The year and a half really did him well.
17 months out of the ring.
Really nice pickup for Superfly. He really impressed last night. He's looking for big things. He wants to come
I think
back.
he stole the show last night. He was the fighter of the night.
I
think
agree. That was the performance of the night.
He's the
Lulu
guy.
and Brenda
Flores
was the fight of the night.
Fight of the night.
But Ioka really, I mean, coming back, like you
Dominated.
said, over a year out of the ring and fighting a tough guy like
Let me
Arroyo.
just say, this is from JP.
Okay. Oh, let's
So,
put here.
he's
Nick,
in
you wanna take
Burbank.
over?
Yeah.
Nick has the great. You have the Jordan Triple G collection on.
I got to give.
You have the
Necessary.
red one.
Oh, yeah, that is
I have
nice.
the white one.
Is that a real one, Nick?
Yeah,
Oh, that's
authentic.
definitely.
Yeah, that's
It's got the
authentic one.
jump man on there. Come
Yeah.
on, it's
You
got to
can't
be.
get away
Well,
with
there's some
fake.
fake ones of those too, but these are that one's.
So here's JP's weekend thoughts.
Yeah.
Lulu was robbed, and I agree. Lawton was robbed in that fight against Brenda Flores. Excellent fight.
Great fight.
Very entertaining women's
Lot of back and
championship
forth.
fight.
Yeah.
And a good matchup of styles, but I thought the pressure volume punching of Lawton should have earned her at least 7 rounds out of the 10. Nietes was robbed. Donnie Nietes. This is from JP, not necessarily my thoughts or Mr. Loeffler's or the coaches. Ioka is the truth, and you're
Mhm.
right.
That guy can fight. His
he absolutely
fourth
is.
division right now.
Listen, that was his debut. Not only his U.S. debut, that was his debut at junior bantamweight
Right.
after being away from the ring
or
for
superfly
a year
weight.
and a half. Right, you call it a superfly weight,
It's a good
115 pounds. So Ioka was a unified champion at 105 pounds, won titles at 108 and 112, and then retired earlier this year.
Last year.
Last year, yeah. Flew into LA earlier this year, bought a ticket to Superfly 2,
Right.
watched those guys,
That
got
was his
inspired,
inspiration, yeah.
got,
I didn't even know he
stoked
was
the fire
at
in his
that point,
belly
yeah.
because he believed, hey, I could beat these guys.
Yeah.
He thought, hey, I could beat those winners, and he made good on half of that promise last night by taking on McWilliams Arroyo.
Yeah.
So
guy
McWilliams
that beat
Arroyo,
Cuadras
right,
in Superfly
coming
2.
off a career
Yeah.
best victory, ranked number 6 in the world by Ring Magazine. That's the guy he comes back against after that layoff in his first fight in the U.S. and at this new weight class. That's boss level shit right there.
Ioka
He
was in
paid
a
the
lot of
cost
tough
to be the
fights.
boss.
The year and a half probably did his body well, his mind
Yes.
well.
So he came back refreshed, and you know, Arroyo's coming off a Quadros fight.
Yeah.
That's tough.
If you
to
look at
Arroyo's-
if you look at their body types,
Yeah.
Ioka was just kind of smooth muscle,
Yes.
wasn't all ripped, wasn't all bulked up, because you could tell he was
natural.
a smaller guy.
Yeah.
Even he was a little bit taller than Arroyo, but Arroyo was shredded, tremendous shape. You saw why he beat Quadras, and for Ioka to come in and fight that level of a guy and dominate him the way he did, it was that was really that
Ioka
was
is
really
the truth.
impressive.
JP is right. He says, so happy for Sean and Kenny Porter. And his picks for next week, Mediev to beat Kano, Triple G on points, Lemieux by KO. So you
We'll
kids
go-
at home,
we'll go with
if you
those-
agree.
we'll go with those picks.
Yeah.
That Mediev Kano fight, that's gonna be a great fight. That's gonna be Thursday. That's a fight week. This is kicked off this fight week.
Right.
Kicked off with Superfly 3, with Sean Porter, Danny Garcia fight. Adam Kornacki had a big win. Now we're going into the Mediev Kano fight, which is
It's
a
Thursday.
huge step up for Mediev. He's undefeated. He's with Abel Sanchez.
But just 12 fights, and he's in
12
against
fights, and he's in
a
with a
former title
solid-
challenger, a guy who's
solid
been world
veteran.
class for several years.
That's
About
one
7
of those,
years,
That's
yeah.
one of those classic step-up fights. It's a 50-50 fight.
Yes.
So does the veteran get it, or does the younger guy get it that's coming up? So that's
And
that's
they
a great
have
matchup.
entertaining
Then
styles.
there's
So
the fight-
that's a good ESPN main event.
And the fight in Fresno.
Thursday night. Oh, and Fresno. That's on Friday. Yeah.
Friday.
And that's also ESPN, and that's Jose Ramirez against Antonio Orozco. And that's a good style matchup at 140 pounds. WBC title on the line.
Medallia fight's going to be at the Hard Rock. For all the fans that are going to be up there in Vegas.
Hard Rock is awesome.
For Triple G Fight Week
Yeah.
at the Hard Rock Hotel in Thursday
Rock
evening
is a
at,
lot of
in
fun.
Vegas.
Hey, let me tell you what I think about last night, though.
What was your thoughts?
First of
Coach?
all, the stream was really good.
That was a good quality production, right? I was watching it on my phone,
Were
on
you?
my Twitter feed.
You know,
Yeah,
that was good. And Steve Kim, I mean, he could be a major network
Should be.
newscaster. I mean, he is really, I mean,
Excellent
and
play-by-play.
He's really good. He's really professional. He knows how to keep it going. And with him and Doug, they're perfect. And then Cynthia was really good. She was very good. And that was really entertaining. Lulu got screwed. That she broke her nose right at the beginning of the fight.
Broke it right in the beginning, yeah. It
So
was
it was
bleeding
If
quite a bit.
you're a
They
professional judge, you don't score blood.
and they couldn't score. They couldn't stop it between
Yeah.
the first and second
First and
round.
second
But then
round.
they got a
After
little
the
better.
second round, then they
They did,
they
but then
got it.
Lulu came on, and that other girl's bigger than she is. The other girl's really good.
Taller, rangier,
Lulu was
and a tricky style.
Yeah, I mean,
Switch hitter, good jab.
It was a fight of
No,
the
that was a
night
great
for
fight.
sure.
You gotta give
Good.
them both. You gotta
Yeah,
give them
you
both
do.
credit.
Yeah.
My understanding is, I don't have the official word. My understanding is that because that was for a WBC interim title, that
Yes.
that the WBC is going to order an immediate rematch. So we'll wait to see the word from the WBC. But that's going to be a great rematch. That's a
think
fight that everyone's going to want to see.
What happened to
again.
the other girl? I think that she lost a lot of weight to get to that,
Yeah.
and I think maybe she sort of it affected her a little bit.
But
as
Lulu
the
was
fight
throwing
went
some
on.
great body punches
Yeah.
in the middle rounds. I thought Brenda Flores won the beginning
Yep.
and the later rounds, and Lulu, was really really good in the middle rounds. So yeah,
She was good the whole
I
time.
didn't even score the late rounds.
But how about Lulu's
oh,
intensity?
you had him for Lulu going through.
Yeah, I thought
She was-
Lulu carried it through. I mean, I thought Brenda was competitive late.
She was.
She had to dig deep. She had to dig deep, but it wasn't enough to win those rounds.
How about Lulu's intensity?
She was very
Wow.
intense.
I mean,
the blood was coming down, and she was just
No, but her
face,
face.
put her
I
head
mean,
down.
yeah.
and-
If you had a movie and they had to have someone do that, it couldn't have been that
Yeah,
good.
she looked like an
She was really
expert.
good. Then
It was cool.
I want to tell you about the Sean Porter fight. I've never in my life been happier for a guy winning. I mean, this kid is such a quality
Well, I
kid.
thought you said Maidana. You were happy when he fought Broner.
Well, everybody.
Oh, you know when Sean Porter did it? No, but I was had
No,
last.
why not?
But last night that fight could have gone either way. Really close. It could have easily gone
To,
the other
Danny
way.
Garcia?
It could have been a draw, but Sean Porter. Oh my God!
What was the final score? He won by one round, like 7
Oh, he won.
7-5.
On one card, I believe it was 116, 112, and then two cards of 115.
113.
113. Oh, okay, so
Yeah, but
pretty
it was.
close, yeah.
8-4 and 7-5.
And I thought Garcia was really good too. Have you seen the fight?
I didn't see the fight, but the reviews that I read was that Porter threw more punches. Danny was a sharper puncher. So it just depends on
And that was
how
the
you
book
pick
on
it.
both fighters going into it, wasn't
Except,
it?
yeah, but Sean wasn't as wild as usual.
Good.
And he fought. It was really good.
Sean's been in some great fights. He fought Porter. He fought Thurman. He fought
Broner.
Hey,
Kell Brook. Yeah. So,
But this I thought was his best fight. He fought it was more controlled, but he was effective, and
it's nice seeing those type of matchups on the.
it was good. But he got and the kid, he is such a quality kid, and his dad is too.
Very respectful, yeah.
Yeah. So
He's a good character outside the ring and inside the ring, which is what boxing
he's real
means.
good. He's a smart kid too.
Yeah.
And so, but Danny Garcia's smart also. I like him too.
Yeah.
So it was a good fight. So you got to watch it. It was really good. So
But a guy like Danny has a lot of drawing power, a lot of star power. So put him back in the mix.
then he showed these guys. They had Spence was there.
Morning.
Hey Benjamin.
And how are
How's it
you?
going?
Morning.
They had
How you guys
Spence
doing here?
there, and they had all the guys, all the Heyman fighters were there.
Right.
And Spence.
I saw the Charlotte Brothers out there in Brooklyn. They get into some squabbles out there. in
Always.
Brooklyn.
Those are hot-blooded dudes, man.
From Texas going into
Yeah.
Brooklyn.
Yeah. Did Spence look heavy? Did he?
I don't know.
I didn't see.
He can move up to 154 someday.
Oh, absolutely.
He's a classic.
Do just fine in
He's a
junior
classic.
middleweight. Yeah. He'd do just
So I also liked that Doug and Steve didn't wear coats and ties last
It
night.
was nice and casual. Was
Yeah.
at the forum.
Yeah.
Great atmosphere.
I did have a jacket with me. I didn't put it on till later, but
Yeah.
LA business casual.
yes.
Is that how it goes?
There you go.
I'm learning.
And then we have the Medea fight against Kano. Then we have the Ramirez fight right on Friday.
True.
And then we have the return. This is what a lot of fans are looking forward to. Almost as much as the Triple G Canelo fight, the fans are looking forward to the return of Chocolatito Gonzalez.
And that's a big deal.
Chocolatito Gonzalez on the HBO pay-per-view.
Is that the opening fight of the
He's the biggest
HBO
name.
pay-per-view
He's
broadcast?
the biggest name, but we
Yeah.
made the concession to Golden Bush, so he'll be the first fight.
Right,
He'll
and
be
he's
the
fighting
first fight.
Moises Fuentes,
Moises
which is a
Fuentes
tough
from
out
Mexico.
when you've been out of the ring for 12 months,
Well, you
coming
look-
off a brutal knockout.
Look at what Orakuda did. With everyone was saying, "Oh, it's going to be an easy fight for Estrada," and Orakuda, they realized this is their huge opportunity on this big stage on HBO on the Superfly platform. Orakuda really rose to the occasion. He gave Estrada all he wanted last
Yeah,
time.
he did.
Estrada won the fight, but Orakuda was in
You
the
know
fight
what?
the whole
Once
time.
Orakuda stopped boxing cautiously, when he decided
He started
to
over- yeah,
say,
when
you know
he
what,
started
I'm
trading.
going to be active,
That's
I'm going
what
to
you
be
gotta do.
aggressive,
On that stage, you got to do that.
things started to work for him. And he had some real moments in round 6, 7, 8,
Yeah.
and even down the stretch. And he made an elite level boxer look human. He really did. Now, I mean, the class of Juan Estrada showed throughout 12 rounds.
Right.
That guy does everything right.
Yeah.
He's an excellent technician. He can
Very-
stick
yeah,
and
very
move.
technical, yeah.
Great counter puncher, accurate power puncher. But Orakuda is a handful. And if you looked at his resume and you saw that he challenged for a world title twice against
Close-
the number one
close decision
super
losses,
flyweight, that was Omar Narvaez in Argentina.
Right.
And he lost a split decision and a majority decision.
Then
Who
you
knows?
do.
Maybe at that fight taking place in Mexico, he would have won that WBO title.
Right.
But he was a 12-year veteran, and he'd been in with world-class opposition. So he was solid.
Yeah.
He just was unknown. That
That's
was
where
the only
Moises
problem.
Fuentes now being on the biggest show in
Yeah.
boxing, at least for this year, he's going to raise to the occasion.
Yeah.
So people want to see how Chocolatito comes back after a year off.
Right.
He had the knockout against Sisterkit.
True.
Or he suffered the knockout against
Yeah.
Sisterkit. So
Brutal
people want to see
knockout.
how he's going to come back.
That wasn't just a
And-
stoppage. That was like scary.
That's going to be a great matchup. So Chocolatito against Fuentes, then Spike O'Sullivan versus David Lemieux. So you saying JP is picking Lemieux?
Lemieux by knockout.
Lemieux-
And I'm sure he's just
Lemieux by,
saying,
KO.
listen, Lemieux is a world-class puncher and Spike O'Sullivan is aggressive. But I would say O'Sullivan's a better boxer than he gets credit for, and he's on a nice streak. He's got good momentum, whereas Lemieux is up and down.
It's up and down. I think it's going
And
to
it's
be a
not just
style
with his
matchup.
performances, but it's also like with his weight. Like sometimes he makes weight, sometimes he
Yeah,
doesn't.
he missed
Some-
weight against Saunders, didn't he?
Yeah, well, he had to boil himself
Or boil,
down.
yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know.
And is
I
he-
don't count the Irishman out. I really don't.
No.
But
It's going to
you
be a
know,
style matchup because
Right.
you saw BJ Saunders
Right.
completely outbox him.
Yeah.
Triple G, Triple G's on a different level, but
Yeah.
that's going to be an interesting style matchup. Spike O'Sullivan versus David Lemieux. So
Right.
that'll be interesting to see how they match up.
Yeah.
And then we got Jaime Munguia.
He was there
Munguia.
last night?
Yeah,
He was there last night. He was sitting in the front row.
Pretty
Cecilia
cool.
Breckhus was on the front row.
Yep.
Jaime Munguia was in the front row. So Yeah, it was great. Cecilia Breckhus, we're working on her next fight coming up before the end of the year. We should have that announced here pretty soon within the next couple of weeks. She's going to be in Las Vegas for Fight Week.
Yep.
Doing publicity. She was doing interviews last night.
Yeah.
And so
excellent.
that's so Jaime Munguia is going to fight Brandon Cooks, from Canada.
Once beaten from Canada, and Cook is fearless. He's very
Did
strong.
I put an S on the end of his name?
What?
Like Eddie Hearns?
No, yeah, it's just Cook.
It's Brandon Cook. Okay, it's Brandon Cook
Yeah, Brandon
against
Cook.
Jaime Munguia.
Yeah, and I think that fight could go a lot like Munguia's fight with Liam Smith. It could be a distance fight, or it can go some quality rounds. But
Munguia's a big
good.
puncher.
Yeah.
You saw Liam, a great win against Liam Smith, great stoppage against Saddam Ali. So Munguia, big guy, 154 pounds, big puncher. So and he knows this is a huge. He's got the 2 great wins on HBO, but if he gets another win now on this fight here, it's going to be shown in 160 countries worldwide. That'll raise his star even more.
It's September, and I think this is already his 5th fight.
Yeah, you're right.
2018.
Yeah.
It's a great undercard for paper.
Yeah, it's a
promoted by
Zanfer guy.
Zanfer,
Yep.
who also promotes Estrada.
Juan Estrada. They also have Miguel Burchelt. That's a
Right,
pretty good
yeah,
stable.
That's a solid. They get some of the great Mexican
They
fighters.
do.
Yeah.
Maybe you can put Lulu on that card with Breakhouse.
Oh, on with that show, yeah. Well, we're trying to put that slot together, but
what
that
month
would
are you
be
looking at?
a great
What
fight
month
on
are you
that.
looking at for Breakhouse to come
November,
back?
December. Yeah.
November. Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
So that'll be most likely here. You know, we actually have
We have
her
her title
belts.
belts, yeah.
We have all of her belts if you want to, because we've got
Just
Alan Gomez.
one of
so
two
there's
undisputed
4
champions.
belts in here, 1 belt on her. She has all 5 belts except for we still have the Aeroflot sticker on the on that from when she fought in Moscow. So
And those are going to be shipped to Las
they're going to be
Vegas.
driven to Las Vegas by the great Alan Gomez, who helps with all of our events. And
Where is he?
He's coming here. He'll be here in about 10 minutes to pick them up.
So have you been busy at all?
You know, we just had that. We had that Superfly show at the Forum last night, and now we're getting ready,
What's going on? What do you
Flying.
have this week coming up?
flying to Vegas tomorrow evening with Triple G, and then we got the grand arrival on Tuesday.
Yeah.
The press conference, Wednesday. Then we're doing
Also
all the,
media workouts on Wednesday, I believe.
for the undercard fighters.
Yeah, undercard guys. That's right.
And then we got the satellite tour, all the publicity.
Yeah, Thursday will be busy.
And then, so the first time these guys are going to be at the same place at the same time.
Face to
It's
face.
going to be Wednesday. Don't miss that stream. We're going to post all the links to the
Oh,
stream.
yeah.
And they're going to be looking in each other's eyes. Triple G says he has no problem from the beginning being in front of
Right.
with Canelo. He says that Canelo doesn't want to look in his eyes. So
He might be a little
we'll see.
uncomfortable.
We'll see.
Added
We'll see
security?
how that
It's
goes.
okay.
That's going to be an
Nah.
interesting. That's going to be an interesting stare down, and then they're going to do it again on Friday at
Yeah.
the T-Mobile. Inside at the T-Mobile, it's going to be. I think it's a later weigh-in. I think it's like 3 o'clock weigh-in, but we're going to announce all the times, locations.
It'll be a whole show though. There'll be networks from around the world there.
We had the 7-day. We had the 7-day weight. Triple G 164. What was he? 164.8.
8, I thought. I think so.
And Canelo was 163.4. I think that's what it was. Yeah,
So do you think Canelo looks
163.4.
thinner this time?
Totally, his upper body.
I know.
Everyone's
His
telling
whole
me.
head.
Everyone's telling me he looks a lot smaller. I don't know why. Maybe he stopped eating the beef tacos on that. I'm not sure, but
I think a
it's-
slimmed upper body is better for him.
well,
I
if
really,
he's-
I
if
think
he's
it helps
gonna-
with
if
the
he's
upper
gonna
body
do that
movement
upper
and
body
also the
movement.
speed. Yeah, speed and fluidity. You know.
So Canelo's predicting a knockout. So that kind of goes against
of course.
his speed and fluidity, but I think Abel says he's saying one thing, and he's going to fight a totally different
He's
way.
going to fight exactly like he fought last time.
Dave says he's going to be
No.
a blueprint, right, of the first fight.
Oh, he should be.
Well, he went 12 rounds fighting that way.
No, he
so-
should do the same thing, except this
A
time
little more.
he's not going to have that gas in his tank to go to the ninth round.
So what,
I mean,
Well, that's not good.
man, no, like
what are
this,
you? What are you?
You don't want to
alleging,
run.
Dave?
You do not want to
What-
run
what-
out of gas
what-
against Triple G.
What are you saying?
That's
no,
a bad thing.
Well, this is going to be mentally and physically.
Uh-oh.
Draining.
I mean, I think he's showing he has a good front going on. I think he has a lot of confidence. But as soon as he steps in that ring, it's going to change.
Oh,
I think the fans are going to be different this time around too, because you heard, Doug, last time they were booing the decision, they were booing the interview with Canelo. I don't think
a lot of Canelo fans jumped ship.
They didn't like the style that he fought in.
I saw folks drop the Canelo hat and pick up the
You know what? I don't think he cares.
Didn't you? Well,
Canelo
might not care.
I don't care.
But I
don't
think it'll make a difference in the atmosphere in the arena. You saw at the open workout, we had over 4,000 fans there.
Yeah,
there were like 70% Triple G hats in that stadium, and that's here in the heart of Los Angeles. So you see the hardcore boxing fans coming out, majority Triple G fans. I think we'll see that in Las Vegas, and we'll see on fight night how the fans react when the guys walk into the ring.
It's like the week of Christmas, says Daddy Jojo.
It's gonna be this
at Daddy
Jojo
__.
Shout out to Daddy Jojo. It's got a nice ring to it.
Where's Daddy Jojo from?
Daddy Jojo, where are you from? Let's see who comes back.
South Carolina.
This is gonna be like a soccer event, like an international sporting event, like the World Cup. There's gonna be flags there. There's gonna be the Kazakh flags. There's gonna be the Mexican flags. It's gonna be. People are coming in from all over the world. Triple G brings in fans from Australia.
He's from Cali. Daddy Jojo's California.
Yeah, from out here, West Coast.
Malibu.
Daddy Jojo.
Surfer. He's an old surfer.
And for the record, Doug, Abel Sanchez did not protest the Canelo gloves.
Right.
He didn't even get a chance to see the Canelo gloves. You can't protest something if you can't even see it. The Nevada Commission made the decision that they weren't going to allow those gloves.
Interesting.
For this fight. My understanding is, I'm not that familiar with the gloves. In fact, I've never seen the gloves. I've seen photos of them, but that they haven't been used in a boxing match before, so the Nevada Commission ruled they weren't going to use it. My understanding is they submitted them to the California Commission, and the California Commission completely ruled them out. So it's not just the Nevada Commission. The California Commission did not approve them. Not even for a 4-round fight. Yeah. I mean, people can ask, well, you're editor of Ring Magazine. You can call up Andy Foster from the California Commission, ask him what he saw about it. But that's what my understanding is. So they got rejected from Nevada.
Yeah.
I understand they're going to be used on the show with Kano and Medea, that one of the fighters are going to use them, but California said they can't be used on, they still have to make some changes. That's my understanding. I don't know if they were submitted to New York. I don't know if they were submitted to Texas, but I did hear that they were.
Who makes them? What was that, Reyes? The Reyes
guys?
guys?
The Reynosos.
They're made by Canelo's trainer.
Team.
They're made by Eddie Reynoso down in Mexico.
Oh, that seems fair.
Nothing strange about that.
That's a unique situation. Have you ever seen a fight on this level where the trainer has made the gloves for the fighter? Well, and the first time that they were used in boxing.
This is the wrong fight to introduce those gloves, given the controversies already.
Yeah, multiple controversies.
There's too many controversies. Yeah. There's too much. There's stuff with the scale. There's stuff with the hand wraps. There's stuff. It's just
judging.
It's too with the judging, with the refs. It's like, hey, listen, man. No, don't add to controversies. We're tired of the controversies now. Now it's time to switch focus to the actual matchup. It's time to switch focus to the fighters in the ring.
Two great warriors.
These guys need to fight. I'm tired of it. I'm tired of talk. I'm tired of controversy. Get in there and beat the shit out of each other. I'm sick of it.
One thing you got to say, regardless of if you like Canelo or you like Triple G, you got to give them credit. This is the second time they're fighting. There's been so many fights that the fighters talk about fighting, they never fight. Or it takes, 5-6 years to make a fight. So this is, even though Canelo did vacate the title when he was mandated to fight Triple G.
It's 2016.
Was it a year and a half later or 2 years later? He did take the fight. Now we're doing the rematch. Triple G is just chomping at the bit, Coach. He can't wait to get Canelo back in the ring. So I think you're going to see a more aggressive Triple G. We'll see how Canelo if he comes out the same style like Dave's predicting, or if he's saying what he's promising his Mexican fans, that he's going to actually fight more aggressively this time around.
Erod wants to know if you guys are going to release the face-off from the last fight.
Oh yeah, somebody always asks about that.
They're supposed to. I talked to HBO, and they're supposed to release that face-off footage. That was great footage that they got. That was before the cancel. I was there.
Were you there?
That was before the cancellation or the suspension of Canelo for the Cinco de Mayo fight.
I'm okay with it. I'm okay with seeing that footage knowing that they're not going to
think
be
it's still
talking about the
pertinent.
clenbuterol scandal or whatever,
Right.
because
Still talking
we've
about the
already
matchup.
heard about it. We've heard so many details about this. Everybody in the world who cares about boxing has given their opinion.
Yeah.
And we've all heard it over and over again. I'm sick of it. I'm ready to hear about the actual fight from the fighters. So with that face-off, that's what you get. You just
That's
all they're
exactly-
talking
you got,
about is the
yep.
first fight and what's going to happen in the rematch.
Rematch,
They-
right.
And it's time to focus on that.
And ESPN had a great commercial. Did you see the commercial,
Oh, where
Coach?
they're in
Where
the
they're,
offices.
in the office cubicle, and the microwave bell goes off,
Yeah.
and then they stand up, and then they
Yeah.
start they do a face-off in the ESPN office.
There's
So
two
that was
versions, right? There's a
And that
Spanish
was
version
filmed-
and there's an English
cool. Yeah,
version.
that
right?
was filmed before
Right.
the cancellation as
I'd
well.
heard about that.
So that was all
Follow
part of
Vegas
the
this
build-up.
morning.
So you want to tell them about Doug last week? After we finished, and I had these questions I didn't want to ask Doug because
Oh
I
yeah, that
thought,
was unrecorded, but
Right.
I was a witness.
Okay, yeah, you're a witness.
and I
Doug's,
thought they were way too tough.
Yeah.
But it was hard to
He got
put
like
them together.
95% of everything right.
99%.
99.
I mean, this is crazy. It was totally insane.
I don't even remember the questions now. What was the best
I
one?
have them. I still
Oh, do
have
you?
them.
Okay.
Yeah. I saved them.
I'm
because-
glad, Tom. I'm glad you were there because
I saw it.
Dave and I do this sometimes.
And a lot of
We do the
people
Periscope,
think
and
that
then
this is-
afterwards,
a
I
lot of people
continue
think
answering
this
questions.
is like choreographed, but I know Dave puts a lot of effort into doing the research,
Yeah.
and Doug just off the top of his head
Yeah.
knows all these
It's fun.
all the boxing not trivia but history.
Yeah.
But you know who stumped me?
Who's that?
Bernie.
Bernie.
Double B.
Oh, yeah,
Bernie
Bernie was in town.
Yeah,
Bernie was
was
smart.
down
Bernie
for
got
the
me with
Superfly.
Foreman Fights 5.
Yeah.
He got me like, who were those 5 guys he fought?
That was a good question.
That was excellent.
Because he didn't go with the results, right? Because it was
Well,
just exhibition.
Exactly.
right?
They're not in the record books.
Right.
And I'm a guy who goes over records, and I remember names and dates and places from the records. And it's not on George Foreman's record because they were exhibitions.
Right. We got one more fight I want to mention is Ryan Martin. They did the announcement. Ryan Martin's going to fight Burnett.
Sorry, not
Josh Taylor.
Josh Taylor.
Gonna fight Josh
in
Taylor
Scotland, right?
In Scotland.
Wow.
November 3.
November 3.
So Ryan
He's got
Martin's
time.
he's going to do like Usyk did. He fought everyone. Maybe not everyone, but Usyk fought everyone in their own country and,
Right.
and beat them all and
Yeah.
won the tournament.
That's unprecedented.
Yeah. So Ryan Martin, I think Ryan Martin's very similar position like Andre Ward was in that Super 6 tournament, where remember Mikael Kessler was one of the favorites.
And Arthur Abraham.
Arthur Abraham was a favorite.
Yeah.
Carl Froch was one of the
Yeah.
favorites. So Andre was he was an Olympian, actually gold
But he was
medalist.
like a prospect.
But he
Right.
didn't have he didn't fight the competition, and people let him in.
And the
saying,
first
like, he's
in the
an
first
American
round,
Olympian.
he drew Mikkel Kessler.
Right.
So everyone's like, oh,
Right.
that's a tough out for you.
And
your
Andre
first guy.
wound up winning that tournament, and
I was there in
Don't be
Oakland.
surprised if Ryan Martin doesn't do the same thing. Ryan
Yeah, well,
Martin,
I'll tell you
with
what.
his-
I
with
think
his
I
size,
think the world of Josh Taylor, but he cannot sleep on Ryan Martin. He has to be at his best,
and, he
and
had a
all the
tough
pressure
fight.
is on him.
He had a tough fight with Postal.
He did. He did.
A tough fight with Postal.
Yeah, that should have been a close fight on the scorecards.
What's the other fight that same night? There's another fight. A big fight.
Probably one of the other. Oh, it's probably Ryan Burnett against Anito Donaire.
Oh, yeah.
Nonito
Bantamweight.
Donaire.
Nonito
That's
Donaire, right.
That's on the
Yeah.
same.
Yeah,
night.
and in the United States, you watch that on DAZN.
Yeah.
That's going to be interesting.
Yeah, the Zone picked
Yeah,
it
we'll
up
see how that goes.
for this year.
And
Yeah.
the Zone picked up Usyk.
Zone, yeah, there was a lot of like misleading headlines on
Yeah,
that.
oh,
Just to
yeah.
clarify for the record,
Okay.
so Usyk is still with
K2 Ukraine.
to Ukraine with Alexander Krasiuk. Alexander did a deal with Eddie Hearn and Matchroom, so his next 3 fights will be broadcast between Sky and DAZN. And supposedly, the rumors are, Doug, the first fight of that 3-fight deal is going to be against Tony Bellew.
Tony Bellew,
He's
yeah.
one of my favorite fighters.
Yes.
I saw Tony when we did the Klitschko Anthony Joshua fight. Tony's a real likable guy, real
Yeah.
marketable, real personable.
Great self-promoter.
2 great wins over David Hay, where many people thought he was going to get knocked out moving up to heavyweight. So that's a great
You
matchup.
never count him out.
That's a great matchup. Bellew
Yeah.
against Usyk. If
That fight's
gets,
definitely going to happen.
That's
That's
a
definitely
great
going to
fight.
happen. And I'll say this: I'll stick my neck out on the line. I say
Are you doing a
Tony
prediction?
Bellew. Well, I predict Usyk's going to win because he's the best at 200 pounds, hands down. But I predict that Bellew is going to be more competitive than Gassiev was. It's a different style
It
matchup.
could be, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it could be.
Well, they can't be less competitive.
Yeah.
I think, you know, Abel.
Yeah, I
what
think
Abel
Bellew can
says,
legit win
what
3 or 4
Abel
rounds.
says on that fight, because he was training Murat Gassiev, he got him all the way to the finals.
Yeah.
Abel says nobody would have beaten Usyk that night.
Oh, no.
I believe
The
that.
form that
way he
Usyk
fought.
had, forget about it. Yeah.
Usyk is a gold medalist. He won a world title, 10 fights.
10 fights.
And look at the guys he beat. He beat Gassiev.
Yep.
He beat Hook in Germany.
Yep.
Marco Hook. He beat the Polish guy in Poland.
And Poland.
Glavaki. And he beat Marius Brita. Don't sleep on Marius
Britas
That guy
in
can
Latvia.
fight. That
There's
guy can
our
fight.
man.
That was the biggest win, was Marius Britas in Latvia. Here's the great Alan Gomez. What are you wearing today, Alan?
You guys
Wild
really
Card
do?
Boxing. You didn't know you were going to be on
No,
on
I
the
did
stream.
not.
See, it's real.
Not know.
Wild Card Boxing. Shout out to Freddie Roach.
Just to say, the 3 of us, not Tom,
So
but we
this-
ran some hundreds, by the way.
Yeah.
Oh, you did already. Yeah,
And I'm skipping around.
I thought it was all for show. I didn't think you guys really
Jumping
showed up
rope.
every Sunday.
We did a couple
That's
miles beforehand. What's the hat?
Pull-ups.
824?
824, Kobe Bryant, the best ever.
Oh, Kobe Bryant. Nice. Okay. Oh, Lakers.
Can't beat it.
So we got LeBron now. And Alan. So
hardware.
So everyone knows this isn't staged. This is like real life. What goes on? We did the Superfly show last night. Alan was helping with Superfly. Now
Alan's everywhere.
he's driving up to Vegas. He's going to be picking up Ruslan Medeev in Big Bear, taking him to Vegas, and he's taking all of
So
Cecilia's.
drive carefully, man.
Yeah.
all
How's
of
your drive?
Cecilia's
How's your driving?
prized hardware up to Vegas.
Are you a good driver?
The best.
Yeah, he's an excellent driver.
Chosen one.
And we even have we have a Triple G towel here. Let's Doug, so these don't go to waste. Let's
Oh, hold on, this
this
got
is gonna be like a show and tell display here, just in case people don't believe
Cynthia
us.
says, "What's up, Alan?"
This is
What's up?
look at this. This is a WBC female.
the green belt everywhere.
So this has the pink stripe around it, and it has the female.
And it's got the pictures.
It has Cecilia here.
Uh-huh.
Great Don Jose Suleiman.
Is that
Actually,
Layla?
Layla Ali, yeah, as the
Interesting.
greatest. And then another picture of Cecilia here on this side. So that's
Beautiful.
the WBC.
That's something the ring title.
green
we don't
belt.
do that. We don't
title.
have the pictures of folks.
That's
Maybe
the
we should
WBC
do that.
belt. And then here we have them kind of because we can't take 5 different suitcases. This one here has. This one might be a little
Wait,
bit.
you've got like 3 other belts crammed in there?
There's might be 4. Don't say they're crammed in here. They're gently.
They're their own
gently,
suitcase too.
gently packed. Gently packed in here.
Who are you guys? Why do they have these?
He's the world champion right here. He's got all these title belts. So this is the
World
next one here.
championship
This is the IBF. Look at
All
this
right.
one here.
Are we allowed to hold them?
See, it's the IBF championship here. This
Yeah, I
is
see
the
the blue.
IBO
Oh, the IBO.
Yeah, nice.
Man, she's got a lot
championship.
of belts. Wow.
WIBO. See that?
With the mirrors and everything.
And then we have the
Yeah,
WBO.
Is there
WBO
anything
pink.
written on there? Just mirrors, huh?
Well, you're supposed to put the inscription.
Inscription, yeah.
There's the
Maybe
WBO
you look at
champion
yourself. You look at the
pink,
champ.
Right, it's like I'm the champ, so right.
and that's the WBA championship.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
So these are the belts of the female welterweight champion
All
of
five-
the world.
all
She's
5 belts.
undisputed. She's got all the world titles.
Oh, these are all hers.
Yeah.
Are you her coach?
Promoter.
Promoter?
Yeah.
What's her name?
Yeah,
Cecilia
Brækhus.
Brækhus.
She's from Norway.
New fan right here. The newest fan.
Cecilia Brækhus!
Yeah.
He's
Yeah.
jumping on the
Hey,
train.
Forever.
Google it.
Forever.
Yeah,
we saw
Google
you tearing up the track.
Yeah.
Try, man.
Oh no, you weren't trying. You
I'm
were
not getting
setting it
any.
on fire.
I'm not trying to get. I'm not getting any of
These are all going to be on display for the fans up in Las Vegas. They're going to be up there for the big Triple G Canelo fight.
All right.
Can you send me that?
Yeah.
Can you email it to me?
Yeah.
We'll get you in it.
And Alan's bringing them up.
All right, Alan.
Like
Drive
I said,
safely going to Big
these were
Bear,
in
man.
Moscow when she fought Ina over
The Ice
there.
Queen.
The Ice Queen, yeah.
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 Hey, the WBC, they
you
do
go.
it.
We-
I mean, they
we
got
don't
like a
wanna-
briefcase.
We
and-
don't want to hold up.
Official.
We don't
Yeah.
want to hold up Alan. He's got to get on the road.
All right, Alan.
Mexico.
Alan, good to see you.
Hey, I'll see you in Vegas, man.
We'll see you in Vegas.
See you in Vegas.
All right,
tomorrow
man.
night.
Safe travels,
Vegas,
bro.
everyone.
Cameo appearance by Alan Gomez.
Oh, this guy takes care of
He was on
everybody.
Forum
Takes care of the
last
media.
night. He was on the Superfly show, and now he's going to Vegas. See?
Yeah.
That's awesome.
He's one of those utility guys. That
First one in, last one out.
Yeah, that's true. That's
See
true.
you, Alan.
Precious cargo, man.
it is.
You know, when you're a member of the media and you go to a fight, he's the guy sitting behind the table with your name on a list.
Say if you can go in or not.
And
See if
he's
you're a
good
credential or
because
not.
he knows everybody. So like other folks are like, oh, and you are what? And they're, well, I don't see your name.
Well,
know,
you're
he's
Bob
like,
Arum?
yeah, right. And
He
he's like,
knows-
come on, I know.
he knows
Yeah,
everyone.
here's a wristband or whatever.
And this is the new Georgian production here with the Triple G.
But check out the J's though. Can anyone tell us which J's these are? These are clean. These are real clean. Got the
Yeah, that'll
matching
be the
J's.
trivia question. Which model J's are these? You want to see the back?
Yeah, these are
back
nice.
side?
These are real
It's
nice.
Got
It's
the
got the
elephant print on the back. You want to see the soles?
Yeah, we got the J's.
The
Real
Nike
deal.
on the bottom. There you go. Matches. I match every now and then.
You always do. Come on.
I need that matching hat. This is my favorite hat though. I've worn this for.
You're like a rapper from the '80s.
You can join the crew out of Brooklyn.
Yeah.
So
Sun's peeking out.
that might
Is
be
that
our
fire?
might be our our signal to cut off. Oh, do you have some questions, Coach?
I have a lot of questions, but I think I might ask them later.
Are they? Well, no one's
Maybe
coming.
let's do two or three questions on this.
Okay, let me
this,
get my other glasses.
telecast.
Coach will be right back. Jordan 3 Retro Tinker Hatfield. That's what they are. The Jordan
There you go.
3s.
Oh, is he
Jordan
right?
3s.
Tinker Hatfield. That's Toby Hatfield. We have to give a shout out to Toby Hatfield. He's the one that designed. Oh, that's another thing. He designed the brand new Triple G Jordan shoes. He made because Canelo was moving so fast side to side. He designed a new sole, a new type of foam
Special
that
tread.
when
Wow.
when Gennady goes one way or the other way, it actually propels him in that direction. You've seen the guys with like the springs when they're running. Like
See
that?
the
Similar to that.
Reynosos. The Reynosos
It's a
heard
Very
about
new,
that.
very new technology.
It's based on this phone.
Might be
Oh, is
based
it?
on it could be
This
based
is
on that one right
basically
there.
on the Nike, the 4%, which we use for the.
See,
the
he
sub-
knows
the
he
sub
knows
two
what he's
races.
talking about. We're
These are
just
the new
we're
ones.
just
These
the
are
promoters.
these are new Pegasus turbos. They're ridiculous. They've got the same kind of spring.
They make you run fast. I'm gonna have to get one of those. I'm gonna get
You
one
gotta
of
go
those.
for it.
What's your race?
I'm a marathoner.
We saw you coming in. You did like 50 laps, and now you're just stretching.
24 miles.
24. That's almost. Coach, you used to run 24 miles
In a year.
back in. What's your name? So we have another cameo appearance.
Sean Watson.
Sean Watson. When's your next marathon race?
Run Chicago next month, and then running the Cali International Marathon in December.
I'm going to guess your time.
Guess it.
Seriously, I'm going to guess your best time.
The best time? Wait,
2:27.
Wow. 228.
228.
Wow,
Coach
Coach!
is almost
We got to give it to Coach. Give it up to
That's
Coach.
pretty
This guy's
darn
pretty good.
That's better than
I
guessing
got to go to
somebody's
Vegas with this
birthday.
guy.
You know what? That might be better. That might have
Wow.
topped every answer.
That was
That's
huge.
good.
It's true. It's pretty
No,
good.
you know what?
I should have run a 227 that day, though.
No, I think you
Maybe
did.
it
but
was
they,
the weather
they missed it.
conditions.
Yeah.
Maybe they mistimed
It's
it.
on them.
No, I just.
It might have been the judges. Judges might have been off.
I'm going right to the racetrack from here.
Yeah.
There you go.
I feel it.
That's
today.
off by only 1 minute. That's pretty
1
impressive.
minute. 1 second.
Oh, 1 second.
No, 1 minute.
Oh, 1 minute.
1 minute. Oh, we got
Yeah.
Doctor in the house.
Yeah.
I don't want to get on
Another cameo
spoil your
appearance.
video.
Who are you going? Are you going with Triple G or Canelo?
Triple G.
Okay, there you go.
talking about?
There you go.
Sounds
Now
like
you
that.
can stay on the
I gotta
show.
go home and eat some tainted meat right now.
Wow.
Never
Thumbs up on it.
It's going to look good. Hey,
It's fight
Canelo
week.
Alvarez, one day, he's inducted in the International Boxing Hall of Fame. Whoever introduces him makes a taco joke. It's forever. It's never going to end. It's never going
You
to end.
mean his legacy is tainted? Is that what you're saying?
For him.
Wait, do you think he cares?
I don't think he cares.
I know
He's
he doesn't
involved
care.
in the biggest fight in the sport of boxing. Canelo and Triple G both are going to be making more
Well
between the first
compensated.
fight and the second fight.
Right.
Well
More than
compensated.
95% of the athletes out there
Yes.
worldwide. So
Yeah.
Canelo, I don't think
Couldn't
Canelo
care.
cares.
He doesn't
But he's only 28 years old, so he
28.
has a lot of years in
He's,
front of him.
he's
He
laughing.
can,
Even if-
he
even
can
if he
retire.
loses-
He can retire at 30.
Even if he loses a second time to Triple G.
Yeah.
Where's the third fight going to be?
We'll see. We'll
New
see
York
what
City.
happens. We'll see what happens in the second fight.
Cross that bridge when we get
What's
to
the
it.
nutritional supplements? You don't have any? Are these VADA approved right here? Sure. Because we had a big controversy. And,
USADA says that's all good.
one of the fighters got suspended from clenbuterol. You know what clenbuterol is?
Vaguely, yeah.
See, he
I
got
know
suspended
it's
for.
not
He
illegal, yeah.
tested positive twice for clenbuterol.
Really?
So that was a big controversy about this fight. Oh, T-Mobile Arena. So what do you? Yeah, coconut water.
Amy and Brian, coconut water with pulp. It's my favorite liquid on the planet.
With pulp.
Oh yeah, we gotta get little pulpy bits.
What are these gel things?
These are Cliff blocks. These are just
Oh, margarita
electrolytes
flavored.
and
I drink
sodium.
margarita flavored margaritas. I don't know about the energy.
They're way more fun. Way more fun.
But then again, I don't run 24 miles, so.
So do you run the 400 ever?
Not since high school.
Yeah.
Was that your race in high school?
No, I ran the 800.
Now you need to guess his time
Okay,
at the 400.
okay, I'll give you for the 800. I'll give it to you. I'll give
For
it
the
to you.
800,
I wasn't that fast.
Okay, I'll give it to you.
in high school. 800
in high school, I'll give it to you.
I only ran
I
one.
bet you he's
one
under.
track
I
team.
bet you were under 210.
No, he was over.
Coach is
210. No, he was-
he's gonna guess
Maybe
it.
under 205.
No, I'm going to say you were about 231.
For the 800?
Oh, he's way faster than that. I'm gonna say 203.
159.
Whoa! Broke 2 minutes. That's
So
badass.
Doug,
I appreciate
Doug
that.
broke
Yeah.
out the kiss. There it is.
That's
shirt.
good.
That's a
Oh,
throwback.
no,
guy.
so he's fast. He's a fast.
He is fast. See,
Yeah,
he
well, you
was
can see
under.
it.
When he said he
Yeah.
wasn't that fast, he's underplaying.
Definite half
What's
mile.
your best mile?
Not that fast. No, I never ran the mile, really. I
You
think
ran
I ran
under 5 though, right?
like 420.
420 is incredible.
Oh, that, hey, 420.
420 's-
You're a bum.
You weren't even varsity.
420. Dude, I've been trying to break the 7-minute mile my whole life, and I cannot do it.
I'm still amazed at Doug's Kiss shirt. Bernie Barmasol was a member of the Kiss Army.
Oh, so was
Shout
I.
out to Bernie Barmasol.
Yeah.
Bernie B.
Then we got Benjamin. We got to introduce Benjamin. He's out here
Yeah.
every Sunday.
Let me ask you this: how do I go? I have a friend that's very interested in this, and how does he go about? How you stream it? I don't know. I'm not a
Streaming? Oh, this is on the Periscope stream. So this is very kind of basic, just live stream.
I mean,
Periscope.
like I just looked this week, we only had 3.5 million people watch it today.
So how do you go about watching it? What do you have
You
to
just
do?
go to Periscope, you go to Tom Loeffler, at Tom Loeffler.
At Tom Loeffler 1. But yeah, you can
So
search
if you have
Periscope.
a smartphone, then you get the Periscope app, right?
Yeah, you get the Periscope app. You can search, whatever topic you want. If it's basketball or
No,
search the
I'm
person's
speaking
names.
about you guys. Come on, 'cause I was telling him about it.
Yeah, if you just search.
Bring him
Tom
out to the
Loeffler
track.
1 and
Bring him out to the track.
Is he on Twitter?
Or send him like a track will pop up also. Yeah.
Fight week. I mean, are you guys all going to Vegas? Is that? I mean, he's going to Vegas. Dougie's in Vegas.
Going tomorrow. When are you going?
No, no.
Going
It's
tomorrow?
A lot of different things.
Probably
for
later
Periscope.
than you.
You
What's
have
your
to go
plan
to-
now? The rest of the day
Run it
after
out
24
for you.
miles. So
Just
you
give it
ran here, right? Or
Started here.
started here? Oh, you started here.
Ran
and
22 miles and then came and did 2 faster miles on the track.
You hear that, Coach?
What's that?
So he started here. He ran 22 miles throughout the city, and then he came back and ran 2 miles on the track. And I asked him, "What's the rest of his plan? What's the plan for the rest of the day now?"
Eat.
I'm still amazed.
Yeah,
I'm
eat.
almost as
He would be
amazed
like
as
falling
Doug's
into a coma.
T-shirt as what you're doing here on the.
So do you thrive on it?
I don't know. It's a love-hate relationship.
Yeah. No, it is pretty.
Takes up a lot of your life, you know?
Yeah.
A lot of training.
Think about this.
Feels good when you're done, though.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would imagine. But I'd be limping. I'd be limping after 24 miles.
You ever run a marathon?
I ran a half marathon, and I literally was limping for about 3 months
13.1
afterwards.
miles. That's no joke.
Half marathon because, okay, I'll tell you this story. You'll appreciate this. I was training for the 5K. I actually was doing pretty good for a 5K. So I got there late. I registered really quick, and then they said, "Okay, runners, whatever, get ready." And then they said, "Go." And I jumped in. And I started running. And I'm running. I'm looking around. I'm in the top 10 people. I'm like, "Wow, this is fast." So I ran the first mile. I remember the times exactly. 6:90 for the first mile. 13:90. 6:50. 6:50 for the first mile. 13:50 for the second mile. And I'm thinking, wow, I'm doing pretty good. And then the third mile comes up, which is the 5K, running, and they keep running, and I got entered the race for the half marathon, so which I didn't train for at all. So then by the time I hit 6 miles, I'm thinking, you know what? If I go back, it's the same as if I keep going. So I kept going, and that was a mistake. Then I was literally limping for about 3 months after that. That's my half marathon.
Accidental half marathon?
Accidental.
Love it.
So, right, the philosophy of that is you got to train properly. Whatever you compete in, you got to be properly trained.
Absolutely.
Have you run the Boston?
Yeah. Yeah, it's fun.
That's
Crazy,
the oldest one,
crazy
right?
energy there. Yeah.
No, Culver City's the oldest.
Oh, that's right, Culver City.
Culver City's the
Culver,
oldest
well,
marathon?
Culver City and Boston were the only 2 marathons in the U.S.
Is that right?
City, huh?
Yeah.
See, Coach,
Yeah.
you got a lot of historic knowledge
And
here.
now there's
Coach.
like 20 marathons every day.
Exactly.
What did Reynoso
and
say
who did you
about
see?
the Jays? There's some questions coming in about the. Reynoso said something about the Jordan shoes.
What was about that?
I don't know.
Oh, I was making a joke that the Reynosos heard about the special Jordans for Golovkin. They were like, well, we're going to make some special gloves
There you
for
go, there you
Canelo.
go.
Like, yeah.
But
It's a bad joke.
Here's the best question. So the Avalon, I forgot to mention this. The next Hollywood
He's
Fight
already
Night
working
show,
on
October 30th. It's going to be our
Yeah.
Halloween special. It's a
Nice.
Tuesday night boxing show at the historic Avalon Theater. Coach, who used to play at the Avalon, or who did you see there? The
Well,
Avalon
they had
Theater.
it was called the Blackouts,
Belichick hadn't
And
had
it
the
was-
show.
And Jerry
I
Lewis
think-
did his radio show
and
there.
also
for the Avalon.
the Beatles played there.
Okay, there you go.
Yeah,
Now
was
we're doing the
called-
Hollywood Fight Nights there.
it's a beautiful theater.
Avalon. That's Tuesday night, October 30th, the day before Halloween. It's a Halloween special. Bring your costumes. Doug,
Yeah.
you know what you're going to wear already? Are you going to
Steve says he's going to be this
gonna be
deceased
Gene?
rapper
Yeah.
from the 2 Live crew, Fresh Kid Ice.
Fresh Kid Ice?
So I might do a dead rapper.
You're not going to be Gene
Might be-
Simmons?
You know, I should, but with makeup, you sweat. Like
I
under
heard
the
Steve
lights
got
and
into
all.
it on Twitter about the rapper who just died this last week. He OD'd.
Oh,
and
Mac Miller. Yeah,
Yeah.
Steve's cold, man. Cold as
Yeah.
ice.
Yeah, Steve doesn't care.
I don't even know who the kid is, but I feel bad that he OD'd. Yeah. Steve's like, don't make a martyr out of this guy.
Did we cover all of our... did you...
I got a couple questions
All right.
here.
Pick the top 2 or 3, Coach, and then we can...
Okay.
We can end on that note.
Well, we have a fan,
Okay.
Nina Solomon,
Nina, I know Nina, right?
and she wants a birthday. She
Birthday?
wanted me to do a
Birthday
for
question?
you.
Okay.
A birthday
Okay.
question.
What's the birthday question?
So I think we did this one last week, but I can't remember. Carlos Ortiz. Did we do it?
I think I did.
Okay, so Carlos Ortiz is one of Doug's favorite fighters, my favorite fighters. He's now could probably beat anyone out there.
Great
And he
condition.
was born on
That's
the
a guy
se-
who's run some marathons.
He was born on the, and he almost trained Oscar.
Oh, Carlos Ortiz.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, I was thinking
Not
Carlos
Carlos
Palomino.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. So Carlos Ortiz.
Wow. He
From,
was lightweight
from-
champion in the
yeah,
60s.
from where's he from?
Ponce, Puerto Rico,
Right.
but he grew up in New York City.
And he is incredible. One of the best jump ropers of all time. He could still do it.
Yeah.
He's almost as good as you, Mr. Loeffler. Almost.
We'll have to do another jump rope
Yeah.
segment at some point.
Okay, so he was born on September 7th.
He's
What,
probably one of the
what year?
oldest. I think he's probably one of the oldest living champions, oldest living Hall of Famers, as a matter of
And
fact.
he looks great still.
Yeah.
He looks
yeah.
good.
I'm trying to think, like his prime was probably like 65. You know, he was done by late 60s.
Who would he fight at Coliseum?
Here, battling Torres.
Battling Torres.
Were you there?
Yeah, I was there. Battling Torres was undefeated, 18
Very
years
popular
old.
Mexican fighter.
It's
Yeah.
an incredible fight. And who was on the undercard making his pro debut that night?
On the undercard, making his pro debut.
Heavyweight.
Was it Jerry Query?
Yep.
Nice.
Yeah.
On the money.
So
Once
how
again.
old? God, how old?
You got
bright
it.
out
I
here.
can feel it.
You feel Doug's calculating right now.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm gonna just ballpark. I'm gonna add a few years to what I'm thinking. I'm gonna say he's 81.
Very 82.
82.
Very good.
Within a year. Not bad.
Born in 36. So that's
But
for
this
you.
is a guy like he was
1936.
like a top fighter, like 1958.
And who did he?
And did you know that he trained me a few days at Gleason's
Oh,
gym
I did.
when I was a grad student at Columbia? So I had a guy named Martin Snow who was training me at Gleason's gym.
Yeah.
And whenever Martin Snow couldn't be there,
Good meeting you.
he would have Carlos Ortiz train his guys.
You come out every Sunday?
Nice to meet you.
or-
Good luck at the marathon.
Every now and then.
Yeah.
Yeah. Around the west side, yeah.
Yeah. Good to see you.
Good one, guy.
Take care.
And he was very hands-on.
And who did Carlos?
Yeah, like when he's
Ortiz-
showing you like how to throw a body punch, he'd actually hit you in your body and stuff like
Can
that.
you still feel it?
Oh my God, he was strong.
He's
Yeah.
still strong.
Yeah.
So who did he? It was a disqualification or technical draw or something. At the Legion, Hollywood Legion Stadium.
Oh, that was a guy who became a referee.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah, a referee and
And
a
who-
judge.
And who was his manager? The guy who he had that.
Was it Jackie McCoy?
Yeah.
Jackie
This will be
McCoy.
Lou. This will be. I know it is.
That's
Lou,
my
Lou,
go-to
Lou
answer.
Flippo.
You got it.
Lou Flippo.
And what's
who,
his
by
claim?
the way, his claim to fame?
Yeah.
He scored the Hagler-Leonard fight for Marvelous Marvin Hagler.
Right.
The former
And
fighter.
what's his other claim to fame?
Well, he came out of the stands to fight the great Carlos Ortiz. And didn't they have a
he got in a
rematch?
fight?
They had a rematch. He got
Yeah,
killed.
he got killed. Well, he was,
Yeah.
he was
a
a lower
club
level fighter, club fighter. But he fought an all-time great.
And he was
fighter.
also the referee in Rocky
Flippo's
1.
referee.
Yes.
In Rocky 1,
Yeah,
he was a referee.
yeah. He had good footwork. You could tell. You can always tell
Oh,
a
he
former
was-
fighter
yeah.
when they become referees. That's what I like about Harvey Dock from
Yeah.
the East Coast. I think.
Harvey's one of the best referees.
Yeah, he
around.
was an amateur
he's
boxer.
very
at the
solid.
very
Yeah,
least.
Harvey Dock.
Very
He might
solid.
have had some pro fights.
Harvey,
as good as
Harvey
John
Dock. Steve Willis did the fight last night.
he was good.
He's
I gotta
awesome.
watch
Steve
him.
Willis is
Steve's
the
one
man.
of the best,
They got him up there
Got to tell
already.
you what, he's got his
Yeah.
eyes on, watching
He's
everything.
very engaged.
Okay, I'll give you
the
this
man.
one.
Very good
I
referee.
was at this fight.
All right.
September 10th, 1973, a rematch of a famous fight, which is a huge upset at the Forum,
Yeah.
heavyweight title.
All right.
You
Start
know it.
right
You
there.
know it.
That's Muhammad Ali versus Ken Norton,
Right.
the rematch. And
Yeah.
you were at that one, right?
Yeah.
At the Forum?
That was really.
I think
a close
Ali
fight.
deserved the decision. I've
Came
heard
right
people
down
say
to
that
the
he
last
didn't deserve
round.
it, but yeah, he deserved it.
Houdini.
Yeah, then their first fight 6 months prior in San Diego, that was a huge upset. That was
Huge.
Ken Norton
And
beating
what's
Ali.
Ali's brother's name, by the way?
Rudolph Valentino Clay. Rudy Clay. Later changed it to Rockman when he converted to Islam.
Thank you.
So thank you, Google.
Yeah.
Okay, you want? I got another question.
All right, last one, Coach.
Last
Okay,
question,
this is.
Coach.
I got to. Let me just give you a couple. Okay, this was September. Well, I'll give them to you later. You'll get
all right.
it.
Let's get one on there. Let's get
As
one
long
on
as I
there.
have witnesses, because
Okay,
sometimes those are awesome, and I can't believe I got them.
Okay, this is September.
Tom was a
10th.
witness last week, people.
September 10th.
I can't remember what I got, but Tom saw it.
This is a heavyweight title fight
All right,
in Frankfurt, Germany.
all right.
KO 12, September 10th, 1966.
1966. This is
Oh,
probably
that
Muhammad
was
Ali.
Ali against Carl
Mildenberger.
Mildenberger.
Yeah. Who was a
Carl
southpaw.
Mildenberger was from Frankfurt.
Yeah.
You know that.
Who
Very
got
good.
this first?
We
And
did.
Tom did.
Tom got it.
We did. I did the appearance of Muhammad Ali in Germany for the Will Smith film.
Yeah.
In Germany, and Carl Mildenberger was there, and it was the first time they saw each other since they fought, and it was a really
Mildenberger.
emotional moment.
I
and,
bet.
Muhammad was there, and Muhammad, I gotta tell you, all the young fighters that don't appreciate, well, I shouldn't say don't appreciate the fans, but don't acknowledge the fans. That Ali, who's the greatest of all time, he was there even with his challenges, with the physical challenges, the disease that he had, and he stayed in the lobby, and he was signing autographs for over an hour for the fans. The German fans that said that they would get up at 4 o'clock in the morning, 5 o'clock in the morning. They were crying when they saw him, and he said, "Nope, I'm not going to the room. I'm going to keep signing autographs." And that's an example of what you need to do as a professional athlete.
But
You
his
saw
wife wanted him to leave.
his wife, yeah,
looking at
Lonnie
him.
was tired. She went,
Yeah.
and because of physical strain. Look, he had jet lag. It was a long trip and
It's
everything.
all good for
and
him, though. It's
she
all
went,
good.
Yeah. Just like
Okay, I
you
got
saw
it.
Triple G signing all those autographs,
Right,
for
after the
over-
public workout.
Yeah,
Yeah,
so
he
we
stayed
tried
at
to-
least an extra half hour, if not more.
Try to ingrain that with all the athletes that we work with. I mean, it's just like-
It means everything. See, once a fan actually meets a fighter that he or she admires
Yeah.
and can touch them or shake their hand
That's
or
a
give them a hug or
life-changing
take a
moment.
picture,
it is.
that's your guy for life. That's just how that's how it works.
You know,
Boxers
it's
are
like
generally the most engaging of all athletes.
and the most
also.
accessible.
no, they're the
Right.
most accessible.
Yeah.
But how about when people come up to you?
I
They
talk
have-
to everybody.
No, but they have that same feeling.
Not quite.
I know.
Doug's in the media section. They're not allowed. The fans aren't allowed to come.
Yeah, but
talk
they
to them.
wait. Your groupies wait
But
outside.
Munguia was there last night.
Yeah.
He was taking a lot of photographs. Cecilia was there last
Yeah,
night
that
taking
was
photographs. So it's it's a responsibility of
Special.
a
Yeah,
professional athlete.
I'll give you this last one. Then I got a whole bunch for you. Okay, this
I'm gonna have
fight
breakfast.
was in Las Vegas,
Okay.
September 9th, 1992. Going into the fight, the guy who lost went in with a badly broken nose.
What?
You know them both well.
What year was that?
1992 was in Las Vegas, and the
He
guy
went in with a
the
broken
guy
nose or got it broke
fighting
early?
for the title was broken. He broke it in sparring, but didn't want to lose the fight.
The only
so-
guy I know of that did that was Chicanito Hernandez, but
Yeah,
that was
that's
later
it.
in the decade.
Was that against Floyd?
1992.
And that was against Oscar De La Hoya,
Yeah, that was
and
it.
that was probably like 95. I know more than the internet, Coach.
Yeah, I might
Yeah,
trust
that was
Doug.
that was
I
Shane.
might
That was
trust Doug
Shane.
more.
Shane Mosley. He sparred with Shane Mosley.
No, that's-
Shane
and
Mosley.
Shane broke his nose.
No, that's
fractured
the
it.
fight I'm
remember
talking
that.
about, but
Yeah.
it could be my. Okay, what round did he knock him out in?
It was stopped.
Yeah.
It was stopped. I think after 6 rounds. Yeah. He stopped because his nose
I
got
remember that
shattered.
fight.
It was
Yeah, I remember
already
it was already,
fractured.
yeah.
Exploded,
And you're like,
yeah,
yeah,
I
blood
remember that
everywhere.
fight.
And
Okay.
and people gave him shit for years.
For stopping, yeah.
Yes, and you're a quitter, man. Like, because
You can't.
you know what? He
Yeah.
was tricky.
You
He was
you
giving.
can't question Chicanito's heart at
No,
all.
not.
No, I mean, you know,
Not at all.
He
fans
was
are
a
out
good
of their
announcer.
minds.
Great
They need to
announcer.
get
Yeah,
called on
tremendous
it when they.
Okay, I got
like
one
that.
more
Yeah.
for you. This was in Sacramento, September 7th, 1978. Welterweight title,
Oh.
WBA.
Oh,
he retained
yeah.
it. You know,
I know who that is.
You know,
Okay, so this is going to be Pepino Cuevas
yeah,
stopping the tough, rugged contender Pete
you
Ranzani.
got it. Now, who would know
Outdoors,
that?
and I think it was probably raining. Hey, Cuevas was a beast.
He was. How
Yeah.
old was he when he won the title?
18,
Yeah, he was young, maybe 17.
and he'd already lost. He'd already been beaten by Andy the Hawk Price, and he'd lost in Mexico.
You know who
to some
managed
decent fighters.
Andy, the
Oh, I don't know
Andy
who
Price?
managed Andy Price.
guy
No.
who just died after?
Oh, he just died.
I think
Burt
they-
Reynolds.
Yeah.
Burt Reynolds had a.
Yeah,
I
he was
didn't know
involved in
that.
boxing.
Yeah, no, with
No, I know
Andy-
Ryan. What's the guy from Paper Moon?
yeah,
Ryan.
Ryan O'Neal.
Ryan O'Neal. I know he managed a bunch of
No,
fighters,
but he
including
had-
Hedgeman Lewis.
He had Hedgeman Lewis.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
No,
that's
but,
class right there.
I just read that.
So before we wind up,
Yeah.
so Cecilia Brecku's supposed to get her Ring Magazine title
Yes,
this week.
sir. Yeah.
That's a
look
rumor.
for yeah.
And then we'll
look,
do- we're
the
gonna
rumor
do-
is there'll be a presentation on Thursday.
In Las Vegas. Unlike many,
Remember where you heard it?
unlike many ring champions,
Yeah.
Triple G. Wait, who's the pound for pound?
Yeah. Who is pound for
Ring
pound
Magazine
Magazine?
champion.
I believe that's Triple G.
You're right.
Randy Golovkin.
You're
So
right. You got that trivia question right.
You
Also,
folks at home, take a drink.
So we did a nice presentation for him, right, at the Palm Restaurant.
Excellent. Yeah.
Great steaks,
Yeah.
right, over there.
VADA approved,
They were
yeah.
all VADA approved.
Lots of good media coverage.
And Cecilia, if we get her belt on time, we'll do a nice presentation for her.
Plan.
Thursday of fight week
And she's
in Las
deserving.
Vegas.
And she'll be the first female Ring Magazine champion, but not the last.
Not the
I
last.
think she's going to be
Oh,
the first.
Amanda Serrano had a nice victory. We
She's-
can't leave
she's
her up.
worthy.
She had a nice victory last night.
She's ring
So
title
there's
worthy.
rumors that maybe Amanda Serrano might move up and challenge Cecilia for all of her welterweight titles.
Why
That
not?
would be a tremendous fight.
I welcome
Imagine that fight in New York. That
Yeah.
would be a huge fight. So
Yeah, and if
Those-
Clarissa Shields fights Christina Hammer,
She'll
if
fight
that
Christina
happens,
Hammer. That's a good
that
fight too.
maybe the winner of that fight is worthy of a ring title. I know.
Yeah.
But the time has come.
Yeah.
The female boxers to be recognized by the
I mean,
magazine.
look at
by
the fight
Bible
last
boxing.
night. Lulu against Brenda Flores, and that was the
They
fight
give
of the night.
so much, yeah.
That's the fight of the night.
And it's not like it was 20 or 30 years ago where the skill level.
For
wasn't
everyone
as
that
good.
missed that,
now they got
go
skill.
on YouTube. I don't know if it's on YouTube
I hope
or,
it is.
or on a thing. I'm
Would
sure
it be 360 Promotions
could be
YouTube channel?
360. Yeah.
Or go to the Facebook
Watch
page.
that fight. Lulu Houghton versus Brenda Flores. It was a fight of the night for the Super Fight.
Excellent blend of styles. And for all you bloodthirsty ghouls, there was lots of blood.
Was
You're
a lot
one.
of blood last night.
What was that?
You're one.
I'm a ghoul. I'm a card carrying.
So we got to sign off.
Yeah, we got sun's out.
Sun came out. The fog
Yeah,
burned
we're
off.
on it.
It's another beautiful day here in Santa Monica, California. Looking forward to the Triple G fight versus Canelo, the rematch, September 15th, HBO pay-per-view, T-Mobile Arena, and then Thursday night, Rusa Madaya versus
Cesar Pablo Cano
on ESPN from the Hard Rock.
That's
Hard Rock up in
excellent
Las Vegas. So it's going to be a
crossroads
great week in Las Vegas. You guys can come up Monday night.
You got to be
Tuesday,
there, folks.
Grand arrival.
Tom, this is why I wore the Kiss shirt, because for the fans that are going to be in Vegas this week, they're going to rock and roll all night and party every day.
Yeah.
There you go.
Will you give autographs, Tom?
I will sign autographs. We'll take photographs.
Kiss
and,
babies.
And so the Grand Arrival, that's the first official media event. Grand Arrival will be at the MGM lobby starting at 12 noon, I believe. Might even be like 11 o'clock. So get there early. It's open to the public. And then we'll just have the kickoff of Fight Week on Tuesday.
All right. So get your rest tonight.
Yeah.
Get your rest
It's a big
tonight
week.
and
Hey,
Monday.
I
Catch up a
can't
little bit
wait.
of
I
rest.
can't wait till Saturday.
Fight week.
Oh
This is
my
awesome.
God. That's such a
It's gonna
fight.
be-
Fight week's here.
It's going to be a great.
That's a
It's
great
going to be a
fight.
great fight week.
All right,
All
everybody.
right,
We'll see
we're
you.
signing
Drive
off.
safely.
Oh yeah, drive safely, right, Coach?
Drive like you just
Without
won the
saying-
lottery,
Let them
everybody.
in front of you. Drive like you just won the lottery. What, did you have one more?
Love
I had one
everybody.
thing, but love it. But
Let everybody in.
There's a guy named. This guy, follow him on Twitter. He had this thing this week. He used to be George Raveling, and he used to be the head coach, basketball coach.
That's right. He was instrumental in the Jordan deal with
Yeah.
Nike.
Coach, yeah.
Yeah. So he says this. He says when he wakes up every morning, he says, George, you have two choices today. You have to take one of them. You're either going to be happy or you're going to be really happy.
Oh, that's a great philosophy.
Yeah. So
And you should
that's-
drive that way also, right?
Exactly.
What happens, Coach, when you let someone in front of you and they don't expect it?
You feel great.
You make their
You make
day,
their day.
Make
Yeah.
your day too.
and then you're happy because they're in a good mood. So that's
Sean
it.
Gibbons says good morning. Says Viva Tom,
Sean
Doug,
Gibbons,
Coach.
Sean Gibbons was
Hey,
waving,
Viva!
Knucklehead
Hey,
Sean,
waving
Viva.
the flag in Nieta's corner.
Yeah.
Mr. X is worldwide. He's at all the big. He's at all the big fights
And Woody.
worldwide, and
Goes along
and
with
Woody.
him.
Was he
And
Yeah,
his
yeah,
son,
Woody's everywhere.
who's like
Woody's
Nick's
everywhere.
size,
Yeah.
is with him now. And I remember when he was like this big.
Justin
he's-
Bieber.
Yeah.
He's
That
So
happens.
here, that-
Anyway,
yeah.
have a great time, you guys.
all right. We're signing off.
All right,
we'll see you
guys.
guys all up
We'll
in
see you.
Las
Hey,
Vegas
thanks a
for
lot,
the fight
Nick.
week.
Yeah,
Nice
absolutely.
seeing
Thanks
you.
for having me out in LA.
Yeah,
It's always
absolutely.
nice
We'll see
hospitality.
you.
Appreciate it.
Guest producer,
Thank
you
you.
got to give a big shout out.
Thank
Yeah,
you.
we'll see you in Tokyo.
Love listening to you guys on the Sundays. It's actually
Yeah.
And
it's
if
like
Triple
Monday
G-
morning for me. Or
If Triple G wins and there's a
here it is.
big
Here it is.
fight versus Murata, are you going to be there?
Oh my God!
Tokyo!
I'm taking you guys out for sake
Tokyo.
and
We're gonna
sushi.
come- we're gonna
Better
come
believe it.
look
We're
for
tearing
you.
it up. We're tearing it
sake,
up.
You know
the
where to go?
sushi
Yeah,
in Tokyo.
absolutely, absolutely. We're taking
All right,
care of
all
it.
right, Nick. We're going to be
Okay.
looking you
Alrighty.
up over there.
Okay.
All right,
Take care.
see you guys.
Okay.